Hey, fellow Sonic fans, Brian here with a little bit of an update on what I posted the other night. Basically, the update on the posting of the covers for 207 of Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Universe number 10, along with the previews. Now, I know that by reading the previews with Sonic 207, some fans on all Sonic sites have been questioning what the hell's going on. What is the decision besides the mission and adventure part with Sonic and the Iron King, uh, and the whole situation there. They're wondering what is the decision Sally's going to make, because as we see on the cover, and you could see the cover on my 207 preview, uh, Sonic is basically running through something that has pictures of Monkey Kong on this side, on the right side, I think, on the left side, if you will, and Sally on the right. Now, now a lot of people are probably asking the question, what is that decision? Is it the decision that she's going to go with Monkey Kong? Is she going to date him? Is she going to go with him? Is she going to finally accept the offer that he gave to her when he first appeared? Or is she going to make a decision that at least satisfies the fans, or acknowledges the fact that she still loves Sonic and still wants to be with Sonic, but right now because of the war, she can't do that, but her heart still belongs to him? Is that what the decision will be? Well, I thought I'd kind of clarify a few things on this so-called decision. Uh, you see, if she decides to go with Monkey Kong, which a lot of fans, including myself, because I am a Sonic and Sally, supporter. I'm not going to lie about that. But if she decides to go with Monkey Kong, here's why that would happen. You see, a lot of people have been saying in some of the message boards that it's kind of unfair. It'd be kind of unfair that you know Sonic can go with someone like Fiona and maybe even Bunny if he wanted to or something like that, but Sally can't go with anybody. And she has to stay true to him. Well, here's the situation. If Ian Flynn decides to put Sally with somebody else, like Monkey Kong, he's doing it to make it seem more. He's doing it because he wants the comic to seem more realistic, and more believable. I mean, let me tell you this. I'm a fan of not just the Sonic comic book, but I'm a fan of all comic books. SpiderMan, XMen, Batman, Superman, you name it. Now, let me explain the situation. If Ian Flynn does decide to allow Sally to be hooked up with Monkey Kong, even for a short time, here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. Because, as I mentioned, he's trying to make it more realistic and believable. It's the same reason. It's the same reason that when Stan Lee and the other writers that worked on Spider-Man and made the relationship between Peter Parker and Mary Jane realistic and believable. You see, what they did is they decided to make it more believable and more realistic. Let's break them up for a little bit. Let's break them up for a time and have them going out with other people. Basically exploring other options until finally coming back to each other, which they did. I mean, in the comic book and in the cartoons, we see Mary Jane hook up with Harry Osborn while Peter Parker was going with Gwen Stacy and then later on Felicia Harding. But did that strain the relationship with each other? No, it just made them look at what else was out there, what other options there were, and that's exactly what Ian would be doing if he wanted to hook up Monkey Kong with Sally and Sally with Monkey Kong. Basically giving Sally an option of saying, okay, what else is out there? Who else could I have in my life? But here's the thing. Sally could also be the kind of character, like a Mary Jane, that even though, because we saw it in Spider-Man 2, the movie, and we've seen it in the comics, heck, we even seen it in the damn cartoons, that when Mary Jane hooked up with another person, a part of her still, even though that part of her wanted to settle down and move on with her life, the other part of her still had strong, very strong feelings for Peter. The same thing can be said if you look at an X-Men comic book. If they wanted to hook up Jean Grey with Logan, Wolverine, but have Jean Grey only be with him on a temporary basis, it would be because Jean Grey still had strong feelings for Scott Summers, Cyclops. Same thing can be said for Scott Summers. Remember when they hooked him up with Emma Frost? Yeah, he moved on. He's moved on with his life and everything. But there have always been strong feelings that he would still have for Jean Grey. Same thing with Superman and Lois Lane. When Lois Lane would go with somebody else, like say a Lex Luthor or anybody else, it would only be for a short time. It would be like basically what Mary Jane, basically what Lois Lane would do is the same thing Mary Jane has done, same thing Jean Grey has done, same thing Sally would be doing. And that's just exploring what else is out there, seeing if maybe she could find the right guy to settle down with, or if she is definitely destined to stay with Sonic. You see, that's the whole thing. And we find out Lois Lane realizes that she's destined to be with Clark Kent, Superman. Am I right? Well, that's up to you if I'm right or not. But what I'm saying is what Ian Flynn is doing with Sally, if that's the case, he's going to have her exploring the option that maybe Monkey Kong is, could be the person she needs. If not, then maybe she'll make a decision that, as I mentioned earlier, that she still loves Sonic, and that she's only going to wait for Sonic, that her and Sonic are basically going to wait to be with each other until the war is over. Now, I know that probably doesn't make sense to some of you, maybe it does. But basically what I'm saying is that if Ian Flynn decides to go into a direction where he does, even for a short time, hook up Monkey Kong with Princess Sally, it'll be because he's seen writers on other comics do the same thing. He's seen writers do it with, like I said, with SpiderMan when it came to Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Batman when it came to, say, him and Selina Kyle. Superman and Lois Lane. Scott Summers and Jean Grey. The whole scenario. All because of that. I mean, hell, take a look what's happening in Archie comics as we speak, in the main Archie series as we speak. Archie is getting married to Veronica, but is it the right choice? Is he making the right choice? Or will he go with Betty and be with her, as many fans say he's destined to be with? Same thing can be said with Sally right now in this upcoming issue in November. She's basically, this could be like a temporary deal, and then she realizes she needs to be with Sonic. Same thing happened, remember, when they had her with Jeffrey St. John for a while? Remember in Brave New World, the second super special? She told St. John that her heart still belonged to Sonic. She still loved him. Okay? Basically what I'm saying is whatever happens, if it's, happens in a way that Sonic and Sally supporters like myself don't like, then we just got to deal with it. Because it might just be for a temporary period. But if it's a decision to where she acknowledges, just like she did with St. John, that, hey, I still love Sonic. Me and him still love each other, and we both want to be together. But also says that they got to wait, though, till the war is over. Then there's your answer. All I'm saying is don't judge a book by its cover. Hey, we judged 203 by its cover, and look what happened. Most of us were right about what took place. All I'm saying is don't judge a book by its cover, because you never really know what's going to happen. And that's all I have to say. You got any comments? Leave them for me. Let me know. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. God bless. Peace out.